Hey, it's Tanya from TW Fitness again. I'm still coming to you from Fort McMurray, Alberta. I'm really excited today to talk to you a bit about food. So I get asked the question a lot of the times, like, what can I eat? What's the best thing for losing weight? And people have all kinds of questions around food because there's so much information out there and, a lot of misinformation, a lot of misunderstanding about food and it's very different platforms exist in terms of what types of food you're going to eat and what types of result you want. I promote a clean eating diet, which clean eating basically means eating food as little processing as possible, so as close to its natural form. If it's not close to its natural form, or if it's boxed or processed or fast food or junk food or things like that, I typically recommend for clients to eat as little as possible of that type of food and use those only for maybe occasional treats or things like that, but really trying to avoid them as much as possible. So one of the things that I understood and learned for myself very early into the fitness game, because I was going to the gym for about 6 to 8 months. I was working out a lot and I just wasn't getting results. Like, I felt better, my body was stronger, I could see changes and stuff, but I really knew from a lot of the research and a lot of the reading that I needed to do that I had done, that I really needed to fix my diet and clean that up. So the more educated I became about food and the more I changed and implemented things, it wasn't a quick or a rapid process for me. I just learned as much as I could and I implemented as I went. And it made the entire difference. In about 6 months of changing my food to a clean eating style and training smarter, not harder, I ended up losing basically that last 10 to 15 pounds that I was really hanging on to. And so one of the things that I learned, and someone had said to me in the early days, which I want to pass on to you right now, I say to a lot of my clients and to a lot of people I talk to food about, is that you cannot out-train a bad diet. Simply not possible. And I joke, but I've tried it a number of times. It just doesn't work. If you're going to get the results that you really want in terms of how you want to look or how you want to feel internally or externally, around your body, even for the mental health benefits, most of us don't realize the chemical processing and how that actually, impairs cognitive function, brain fog, allergies, inflammation, all of those things that are happening inside of your body. So it's not just about a weight issue, it's about an overall health issue. But if you are trying to lose weight, I guarantee you, you cannot out-train a bad diet. In the beginning, when you have weight to lose, if you join a fitness program, you're going to get results for the first little bit. But then they're going to slow down. And without really changing and implementing your food to go according with your fitness plan, then it's not going to give you the optimal results that you want. This same goes, a lot of people will often join like a nutrition type plan where they'll get really good results right away, but then they either stay stuck on that same plan or they haven't implemented the exercise. And you will get better results by monitoring your diet without exercise than the other way around, but overall you really need to encompass both in order for you to be able to get what you want in terms of your overall health. And for a big portion of that, if that means looking a certain way, then that's how you're going to need to change up your diet to make sure that happens, because you are not going to be able to out-train a bad diet. So some of the foods that I usually try to get people to get out of are anything boxed or packaged. Breads, are one of those high controversy foods. We all love them. They're, especially, if you grew up in rural Newfoundland and you had the homemade bread, and it's a little bit more challenging sometimes because there are comfort foods and we feel like we should be able to have them. But overall, they're a heavily processed food and they're not ideal for a weight loss plan or an overall health management plan. So those are types of foods that you would want to supplement with occasionally for a treat if you really kind of feel like you need something. But overall, removing as much bread products, wheat-based products as possible, because it is a highly processed food. And if you don't have a gluten problem, then you don't necessarily need to go on a gluten-free option. But overall, anything packaged, processed, anything that is pre-made or pre-done, the boxed and packaged foods, the frozen entrees, all of that stuff really needs to go. I always also like to ask people, would you cook an entree for yourself, a rice or a stir fry or a pasta dish, put it in a Rubbermaid container or a Tupperware container, put it in your freezer and take it out a year later and eat it? most of us are going to say no to that. Yet we go to the grocery store and we open up the freezer section and we take out these pre-packaged meals that are extremely high in sodium, which are not good for our overall health. And then that causes a lot of water retention, strain on the heart, especially if you have any heart-related or stroke-related conditions, or are at risk for those things. So we really want to make sure that we're removing as much of that stuff. Junk food, packaged, anything really. One of the things that I'd like to get people to do is shop the perimeter of the grocery store. All grocery stores are set up the same way with your fruits and vegetables, most of your meats. You'll come around the perimeter of the store, most of your frozen, fruits and veggies and things like that are in another section. So ideally, do all of your grocery shopping on the perimeter of the grocery store. Buy as little from the aisles as you need to, because most of that stuff that's in there is heavily processed. So shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Read your food labels when you're looking at packages to make sure that you're picking, or cans or anything like that you're not going to be able to make on your own. Making sure that you're buying the healthier, or, look at the ingredients list, look at the sodium content, and make sure that you're buying the things that are going to be a little bit healthier for you. I am actually really excited to give you a sample menu. So you're going to see a link down on the bottom of this video. So if you click that link, you can enter your email address and we'll email you a copy of a sample clean eating, like a 7-day menu plan, which is fantastic for getting started. It'll give you some great ideas about how to do it. And with our combined from last week, from our last video, the drop a dress size plan, this is actually a complimentary drop a dress size meal plan. So if you combine both of those and you go back and forth, with the meal plan and the exercise plan, I guarantee you, if you follow that for 30 to 60 days, you're going to see some fantastic results, not just in terms of your weight loss, but your skin is going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. Your cognition is going to come up. You're going to lose some of that brain fog. So it's going to be an amazing 2 programs to kind of combine together. Or if you just want to follow this, if you already have a fitness routine, then the same goes. You're going to start feeling a lot better in terms of what this is. But those are some big takeaway tips, is to remember that you cannot outtrain a bad diet. It's just not going to happen. I've tried it. I've seen lots of other people try it. It just doesn't work. And so you need to commit to a healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle in terms of being able to live your best life, but also to get the body that you want. If you want a certain thing, then there is just going to be certain foods that you're going to have to cut out of your diet in order to achieve that, and only use those for snack items every now and then. I'm also really excited, as we progress through this video series, I'm really excited to also share with you one of the features that's going to be part of our online coaching program, is that within our monthly, within both of our purchase levels, there is going to be a base level where you will be able to get a sample monthly meal plan with your workouts that you're doing. So that'll be an option that's going to be in there. And then, of course, as part of our coaching plan that's going to be launched with that online training plan, you are going to have an option of buying into the mindset coaching side of things and the group coaching to get a higher level of support. So I'll be telling you a little bit more about that in a couple of days. But for now, I really want you to go ahead, grab a copy of the meal plan that I'm giving to you. There's a couple of recipes in there and a fantastic meal plan overall for you to follow to get you started on living a healthier life. Any questions, pop onto my, my Twitter or my social media feeds on Facebook, Twitter. You can find me on any of those under TW Fitness NL, or you can pop onto our website at twfitness.ca. You can send us some contact requests, or my personal Facebook page at Tanya.Whittle if you're looking me up on Facebook. You can pop on there. I'm always on there providing a lot of motivation, answering questions to people. So if you have any questions about eating well or eating healthy, feel free to reach out to me on my social networks, and let's start the conversation to get you onto a healthier lifestyle. Enjoy your day.